Cleveland, Milwaukee. Yep. Enough to hold off the Bucks in this one, Cleveland did. Mobley with 23, Mitchell had 24, 4 and 3. Lonzo Ball had 11 points in that one. Giannis, just a cash, 40 points. AJ Green with 20, but Cavaliers, look, it's obviously last year's start was crazy. I mean, 15 in a row they knocked off. This is a little more down to earth, but still one of the best teams out in the Eastern Conference. No Darius Garland in the lineup still. Lou, we were very disappointed in the Cavs in last year's playoffs. After all of that build-up, what can we expect from them this time around? Yeah, last year was a letdown, but they were one of the top teams in the East and over the league. I think they pick up right where they left off last year. As you can see, Evan Mobley and Mitchell, they're doing exactly what they did last season, putting a lot of pressure on everybody on both ends of the ball. And I like the fact that I want to shine a light on Lonzo Ball, somebody that's been dealing with a bunch of injuries, coming to a team that doesn't need him to carry a lot of the heavy lifting to do all of those things. So for him to come in and be at peace, come off the bench and set the table for other guys and be aggressive and picking his spots, that's going to be great for the Cleveland Cavaliers for time to come. And we're talking about this team, and they don't even have Garland back in the lineup yet. You know, so you got Merle coming in and playing good minutes for you, throwing in 17s. If this team can be deep as they are, they're going to be just as good as anybody else in the East. They were a 60-win team last year. I feel like they'll knock on the door again with that, especially with where the East is with all these injuries. And they got DeAndre Hunter back, who I think that was a great pickup last year. He is solid. They're still missing Darius Garland and Max Strus, who's arguably their best shooter. So they are nowhere near to be whole, and I do think this is the best team in the Eastern Conference. I think they're going to finish number 1 in the Eastern Conference. They have that continuity. They have that chemistry. Evan Mobley's taken that next step, too. It's crazy because we talk about Wemby a lot and some of the stuff he does. He's kind of similar, not at that level, but he'll do some stuff that will just amaze you as well, defensively, offensively, with his length, the way he alters shots, the way he finishes. He is that number 2 guy, and then we all know how good Donovan Mitchell is. So this team is going to win a lot of games. They can hurt you in multiple different ways. So they're my favorite to come out of the East.
Yeah, I agree. I think Cleveland.
Wait, hold on. They're your favorite to come out of the East?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I think they're the best in the East by far.
This is New York. Interesting.
The biggest thing for me was the addition of Lonzo this season. I think he has a chance of also, fighting for a 6th Man of the Year award. I think he'll close a lot of games for him as well, as far as, just having the game leveled out towards the end, having that size on the perimeter next to Donovan Mitchell. I think it's just a new look for this Cleveland team. So I think the addition of him and obviously where they left off last season, once again, they'll be the favorite to come out of the East.
Are y'all just dismissing New York? What's happening? What's going on here?
I mean, if we want to talk about it, Chicago is number 1 in the East right now. So
not for long.
Detroit.
A lot is going to get sorted out, but it's hard to ignore a 60-win team, though, Beadle.
I know, but we got burned by doing that last year.
Absolutely.
I felt so burned from that whole experience.
Yeah, if you win 60 the year before and you don't make any change and you bring back basically that same team, I'm riding.
Okay, but can I make a counter argument to that? Play devil's advocate. If you're a 60-win team and you don't make any changes and you leave the way you did in the playoffs last year, why am I supposed to think it's going to be different?
Well, I just think you have that year of experience. You have that year of heartbreak, letdown. You still weren't fully healthy. They had a lot of injuries last year. And the year before, by the way, they were good, too. When J.B. Bickerstaff got fired, I think got raw into that deal.
Of course.
So when they were fully loaded, they won games. When they are fully loaded, this team is great, and they're still not that yet. They will get healthy. None of these guys are out for the season. They're all going to come back at some point here. They're going to be deep. They defend. They can score. They have a solidified superstar in Donovan Mitchell. They have a star on the rise in Evan Mobley. Coach of the year last year. They have a lot of stuff going for them. They just kind of shit the bed in the playoffs last year.
Pooped the bed. That's exactly what happened. Glad you mentioned Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell in the same thing, because Tracy McGrady said last week that on this particular team, Evan Mobley's the real MVP candidate, and it ain't Donovan Mitchell. Are we buying that? Lou, you know what, Boogie? Why don't you take that one? Because it's
short and simple. Nope.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, no.
I think he's valuable. I think he's
it's kind of nuts a little bit.
Donovan Mitchell is the best player on this team.
Yeah,
by far.
I feel like just a couple eyes will tell you that.
You know what? I think this is just T-Mac taking some early odds on if it really goes well for Evan Mobley this year. I think he's taking some stock in that. To me, Mitchell is the best player on this team, and I think it's by far. But I think Evan Mobley is the guy on this roster that has the most upside.
Okay.
I agree with that.
I think
he also could be
he has the
X factor.
He has the most upside. But as long as Donovan Mitchell is on his basketball team, they're going to play through Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell's going to average close to 30 and 6 and 4, and he's going to be the reason why this team is the number one seed. Again, impacted on defense and offense. Evan Mobley, he has taken that jump.
Sure.
When you scheme against the Cleveland Cavaliers, the first thing is to stop Donovan Mitchell, not Evan Mobley.
Because he'll have those moments where he just turns it on. It's glorious to watch. We're going to take a very, very quick break. When we come back, more you buying that. I kind of started it already.
Run it up, run it back, run it up, run it back, run it up, run it back, run it up.